Welcome back to another episode of Legend of Motherfucking Comic Show. And today, in Venice Beach, California, we got a lady called Babe the Barbarian brawling with Spike Baseball Club. A naked woman went on a mini rampage in LA this week, attacking folks in Venice Beach. But another lady was equally ready to throw down. These people had medieval weapons, man. I mean, weapons that look like they was made in the 1700s don't even look like they exist. Drunk, full of some type of drug, high as a motherfucker in broad daylight, this wild incident was captured. Now, if you naked on the beach, acting like this is motherfucking the 17th century with knights and kings, you know what I'm saying, Rome with swords and shit, that's how they was acting on the boardwalk. Now, they said a woman was butt naked going berserk on the boardwalk near the beach, attained by TMZ. The nudist squared up with another girl who had a spike club. So they squared up like they was going on a one-on-one. Somebody caught this shit on camera. The footage was a motherfucker. Now, the woman in the black tank top swung and battered her rival, who retreated as she defended herself. They went back and forth for a bit. And then this birthday suit babe kind of did a catwalk at 1 minute. She was walking like a cat. So she was in her birthday suit, I guess trying to enjoy herself on the beach when this altercation occurred. But this was a butt naked battle. Imagine that. A naked woman. Everybody staring at her on the beach, acting like she out of her mind. They said the other lady struck the naked woman with the platoon before throwing it at her. The naked woman then picked that up and started running at the woman, threatening other people, everybody in the way she was going off on. This is signs of bath salt. Y'all remember that shit when it came out? It was supposed to be like some fake crack or fake powder. People were smoking this shit and they were losing their mind, going crazy. It's still out there. Whatever these shit that y'all are on is making y'all just really embarrass yourself. Now, the fully clothed woman retrieved the baton and they battled on the pavement for a while. They said this shit went on for 6 minutes. Police never showed up, wasn't nowhere to be found. I keep trying to tell you, we got to police ourselves. 6 minutes, nobody showed up. You know why? Because it was two white girls fighting. Let them say, we got an APB report. Two niggas out here on the beach fight. Potential gang fight. Potential shootout. They had the whole LA SWAT there in 2 seconds. But because it was two women, people were really more about laughing, enjoying, and just watching the shit. They didn't even take it serious. Now, if somebody would have got hurt, then this would have been a problem. This would have been a major problem. Point I'm making is, you cannot expect the police to save you in life and threatening situations no more, people. Protect yourself so you can go home to your family. Because them motherfuckers might not never show up while you think at the touch of a button your life gonna be saved. Welcome back to Legend of Comic Show. It's been a good week this week. Final show of the week. We might do some bonus episodes. But they going crazy in California. It ain't just P. Diddy going crazy with all these lawsuits or allegations of touching folks. It seems like everybody in L.A. is losing their mind. Now, we got a man who shot a juvenile facing several charges. I don't know why. See, I said this is the type of stuff that's going to happen. It's sad to say it like this, but these are the type of things that are going to deter these teenage car thieves. There's parents are not raising them. They got parents that's on drugs. It's probably why they out there. There's so many reasons these kids are out here doing shit. So we can't always just, look at them as the worst people in the world. If they in fucked up environments with poor leadership as parents, then they raising themselves. And if they raising themselves on Percocet 30, Lower Tab 10, fentanyl, and ignorant niggas around them without positive information to get them to make them be better. So it's just a sad situation. But I don't feel like you should be locked up for protecting yourself. This shit done went too far. That's just like one time somebody broke out the windows of my car. Glass everywhere. I called the police. I put it on file Because I want it on file so the next time if I catch, because I put a camera towards the car, hoping to catch the next crazy wild motherfucker in the act so I can do what I need to do. If you know what I mean. The police told me that I would have to be inside my car when somebody's trying to steal it to have legal rights to shoot them. I said, what type of world we living in? You want me to go vote, but if a crook is still in my car, I can't even shoot him unless I'm inside of there? This is the type of country we living in right now. That they make the laws where even if you protect yourself, you going to jail. That is the stupid shit in the world. What are we out here living for? Now, the Memphis man who shot at 4 juveniles stealing his car is in custody and facing charges of accusing of taking the law in his own hand. You goddamn right. Because you're not going to pay my insurance deductible. You're not going to pay, if I don't have insurance, the labor for the car part. Police ain't doing none of that shit. That's why by law, if you catch somebody in your car, just like if you catch somebody in your house, you should be able to do what you need to do. But nah, that's why I be trying to tell people, stop always running to these voting booths. There's 100 regions in this country, situations where we are not helped and we left on our own. So I'm not running to vote for nothing. That don't make no sense. Now, 4 young suspects was in custody after the car hit the curb. See, they couldn't even drive with their bad ass. Now, one of the victims in the auto theft, police said he noticed, this is what it was. He was the victim. The man said he noticed that his car was being driven by someone. He looked and said, damn, that's my car that somebody stole. He said that's when he shot into his own vehicle and hit 2 of them. You goddamn right, this is my shit. You stole my shit. And then the thing about it, these young car thieves ain't just coming empty-handed no more. They would be stealing your car and have somebody on the lookout holding an assault rifle in case you come out, ready to go to war over the shit that they stealing from you. So the man did right. And when stories like this start to surface, it's going to make a lot of these stupid kids doing this shit have second thoughts. Like, oh man, shit, we might get killed out there. It ain't just we just gonna take somebody's car and it's just smooth sailing. No, it ain't happening like that. And so we gotta start fighting back and setting examples since the police won't be there for us to let people know to save some of the future kids. Because if we don't, it's gonna be a lot of senseless murders and deaths over these damn cars. People getting sick and tired. Even if people ain't from the street that don't have street in them, they getting sick or tired of losing they so hard, the stuff that they working for and they building. Cause you want to just run out here and bust the car one now, stick a gadget in you done seen off TikTok and pull off in my shit. People sick of that shit. Kanye West. Now Kanye West, I thought that you was really doing something. Now I don't know if this story is true. They trying to make him look bad. But if this is true, Kanye, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Now, Kanye West Thunder Academy is sued. They say he only fed kids sushi. Now, sushi, Kanye? Now, Kanye, just because you want to eat nasty, sour tuna fish between a woman's leg all night, don't mean these kids want to eat some damn raw fish. They don't even know what sushi is, half of these kids, unless you expose them to the environment. And they've been around a couple of classic dinners. They've been around some chefs. They've been around, some parents that go to, exotic dinners and meetings and important people that they're able to network with and communicate with. Other than that, a lot of kids really don't know what sushi is. And you already know kids are already picky eaters anyway. But they said Kanye West private Christian school only fed students one thing for lunch, and they apparently had to eat on the floor without tables and chairs. Now, in the I think it's the Asian culture, either the Chinese culture or the Japanese culture. I'm not specifically on point with the specific one, but I know they sit down and eat their food, Indian style. Nobody says nothing. Now, I'm not saying what Kanye West is doing is right, but maybe it's some type of study he looked up a discipline to help the kids have a stronger attention span. Who knows? But according to the new lawsuit, Yee and his Donda Academy are being sued by two black women who say they were fired from teaching positions at the school for two reasons: retaliation for sounding the alarm on alleged education, health, and safety code violation, and for being black. So they basically saying that Kanye West had no other black employees but these two women. Everybody else was different races. Which, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that, but this ain't about race. This is about these kids learning. But this is what the story is saying. Now, they said they were hired full-time earlier this year, and they said it didn't take long for them to notice numerous health and safety violations. Now, I can't say this. Kanye look like he don't take a bath. He have naked, tight leather outfits on, ass cheeks out, no underwear. He do some strange-looking stuff. Well, he look like he fun. So I can understand that it might have been some health and safety violations because he showed poor hygienic signs. Now, they say it was unlawful educational practices and extremely unusual rules at Kanye's school. Among the alleged issues, the women say the only lunch option available for the students is sushi every day, and the students are not allowed to bring any outside food or drink except for water. The suit claims Kanye spends $2,000 a week on sushi. Now, I don't eat sushi. I'm not eating nothing raw. You know, I'm not fucking with nothing raw. To each his own. A lot of people test sushi up. I'm not fucking with this shit. Now, what's more intriguing, the teachers claim Kanye did not allow crossword puzzles or coloring sheets at the academy. Classes could not take place on the second floor because Kanye is afraid of stairs. What the fuck? What have they done to Kanye? The man's scared of stairs. You just walk upstairs, Kanye. You got to be on something that's triggering you to walk up a set of stairs, one flight of stairs. He's scared of. And he didn't want the children using forks or utensils. Now, Kanye, you being cheap as a motherfucker. You got with Kim Kardashian, and whatever money she wanted, she was able to get out. You sucked and fucked you dry. So, but the kids, you don't even want to spend money on them. They're just like a nigga. Spending money on the wrong thing instead of the right thing. Now, the teachers even claim that Kanye didn't allow the chairs, forcing children to sit on foam cushions while the teachers were relegated to standing or using a stool. Now, the Donda Academy suit says require everyone to wear all black from head to toe. Now, Kanye got these motherfuckers in here dressing like they gangsters. He got them in there dressing like they about to run up in the bank. All black. Said Nike's and Adidas brand were forbid. See, this because he mad because he had that fallout with Adidas. And they stole his shoe and then didn't pay him. And then turned around and paid him a little something. So he salted with that. But you already know, Kanye. Come on, kids want to look nice. You growed up and you made it being successful. So don't try to make them look like they bums and homeless while they're at school. Have their confidence high in the sky. You know, they say if you look like something, you feel like something. Now, the teachers also claimed that the school doors were physically locked from the outside during the school day, and students were allowed to go outside. They couldn't even go outside until it was time to go home, and nobody could come in during the school because they didn't want you to see. If this story is true, they didn't want you to see all the shit that was going on. Because they know people with these phones and social media are going to record like a motherfucker. Everybody took recess at the same time at this school, from pre-kindergarten through 12th grade. Now, that is strange, because I remember when we was in school, you had certain grades that went during certain time. He got everybody going at the same time, all different potential grown students with the little small, younger teenager student. I think that's a unsafe and a fucked up, format that he was trying to use. Now they didn't even have a janitor or a school nurse. Now this is going too far if this is true. But Kanye, this should be allegedly. Because if this is true, boy, you about to lose credibility with everybody. We already knew you was Uncle Tom, and then when you found out the white folks didn't think of shit about you, you just still a nigga, you wanted to try to come back to the black side. But if this is really true, nigga, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Now, meanwhile, the students' medications were stored in the closet and other expired medications were just scattered around unsecured. To top it off, the teachers claim there are no lessons or proper disciplinary procedures in place, resulting in students going undisciplined for multiple instances of bullying and physical assault against their peers and teachers. Basically, these kids was in there fighting each other like wild animals all the time and fighting the teachers, assaulting the teachers. All this was swept under the rug until now. Now they saying that his school is probably going to shut down because the teachers are quitting over anti-Semitism. Now the teachers claim they tried to run the alleged issues up the flagpole. They were threatened not to reach out to Kanye. See, Kanye wasn't even there to see what's going on in the school. That's another thing. It's just like when you open up a business. If you open up a business and don't go check on your expenses, don't do the math, don't have the proper accounting and the paperwork to see what's coming in and going out, your co-workers, the people you got in charge, will rob your black ass blind. Yeah. You wonder why your business is losing money. You making the money, the customers coming in, but it's disappearing on the books. There's no signs of it on the paperwork. So you can't see who's stealing, who's doing what. So at that school, if you really care about the kids, Kanye, and not doing this for attention, you should have been checking in on that school at least twice a month and having representatives going in doing secret pop-ups so you can make sure that these people are not just taking your money and half teaching and educating these kids. Because it sounds like if they would have reached out to Kanye, Kanye would have found out what was going on, which he should have knew, like I said, because he should have been checking on them. If I'm going to spend my money on the school to help kids out, I'm going to go all in, or I ain't going to do it all. The women say they were ultimately fired, and they blaming their termination on retaliation and racial discrimination. They also claim their paychecks were often short up to $3,000 every pay period. So they suing Kanye and Dunn the Academy for the money. Hey, look, you better be squeaky clean on this, Kanye. They coming after everybody. All you motherfuckers that did sick shit and got dirty skeletons in your closet. Karma's finding a way to pay y'all back. You just tuned into another motherfucking episode of Legend of Coming. And we talked about how Kanye West and his Donda Academy is under scrutiny. They said raw fish being served, no janitorial services. The kids are sitting in there like the old 19 medieval times. Like we don't even know what, the new way is. We lost. And to the next time, to the next episode, do something with yourself. Do something with your life. But if you got to protect that vehicle that you bought, do what you got to do. Fuck what the police say afterwards. Protect your property. Don't lose your life in the mess.